What's up? I'm back. Have to excuse my wrinkled shirt. I just got out of the shower. Uh, but I wanted to talk about a few things that I've personally been dealing with lately. And that's randomly I've been getting hit with like major depression out of the blue. I can be out with friends and it just kind of happens. Along with that, I have suicidal thoughts all the time. It is what it is. I know how to combat them. I know what I need to do. And I do those things to make sure that I'm safe and the people around me are safe. But they've been more prominent lately, and so have the nightmares and the insomnia. I used to always believe that I wanted someone else to save me. Oh man, like somebody save me from myself. Somebody save me from myself. But now I'm starting to realize that the only person who can do that is me. I can only save me. I can only expect my friends or my family to do so much, and my counselors to do so much before, at some point, I have to make sure that when something like that happens, I fight it. I stand up and I fight it. All right, hey, I'm talking to somebody. Hey, I need to call somebody. Hey, I can't be here by myself. Hey, I need to go do something. So I make sure that I'm preserving that for myself and that I continue to fight for myself and attempt to save myself. It is really hard to reach out to people, mainly because I think nobody cares. It is what it is. It's just a feeling. It's not saying that it's true. It just feels like, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to cause extra stress to anyone else. I don't want anyone else to have to worry about what I'm dealing with or how I'm feeling or something like that. So that's an extra stressor within itself. But the hardest thing right now for me with dealing with these thoughts and stuff like that is the fact that I get up every morning feeling the same way, go to work, and I have to pretend. Really hate pretending that everything's okay, everything's fine, because it's not. But at the same time, with doing that, it does kind of help. Fake it till you make it, pretty much, is what I'm saying. Because by me pretending every day, I work in retail, so me forcing myself to put on a smile and make sure that I'm a pleasant person to work with requires me to smile and focus and forget about everything else that, I'm dealing with at that point in time. I do have really good friends who have lately definitely helped me out a lot within these last couple of days, and I really appreciate it. I'll always preach support groups and protecting your own peace. Another thing I wanted to talk about was boundaries. For the longest time, I never set boundaries. It was always whatever you wanted me to do, I'll do it. If that's gonna make you happy, I'll do it. I didn't know how to say no. I wasn't okay with saying no because I felt bad. I felt like I was letting somebody down. The last time I feel like I let somebody down is when I stopped being a Marine. I'm letting down my brothers, I'm letting down my family, I'm letting down my other friends, because I can't essentially do what I felt and still feel was my only purpose in life, was to serve. And that takes a toll on you. And I just, whatever I had to do, overextended myself for others. And I wasn't looking out for me. But at the same time, I was expecting everybody else to look out for me. So you have to set boundaries, and you have to, make sure that whatever you're doing, it's to better yourself. With my depression, I'm very open about it. I'm very open about my anxiety. I'm open about my suicidal thoughts and shit like that. With that, it's hard to hear people say nice things. It's hard to have people tell you, hey man, like, you shouldn't be this way because you have this going for you and things like that. You know, it's kind of hard to accept, but it's nice to have. I've been putting myself out there a lot, and it's scary. It's very scary, but it's something that must be done if I want to get better. And I make these videos, like I said before, for myself, but also so maybe, you know, maybe somebody else will, you know, get help, or maybe these videos help someone else, or whatever the case may be. You know, maybe somebody learned something from it. But I've been putting myself out there more. And for those who know me, it's very hard for me to be in places that have a high volume of people. Like, it's bothersome to me. If you see me like have a Snapchat or something like that, and you see me out, most of the time I'm in the middle of all my friends. That way I feel protected. That way I feel safe. But I went to one of my buddies' plays a couple nights ago, and to be honest, I didn't want to go because I knew the environment. I knew what I was going to be getting myself into, and I was like, man, like, there's probably going to be a lot of people. Well, it was kind of the opposite. There wasn't that many people, but we were in a closed room, very tight space, lots of loud noises, and it kind of freaked me out. I had to calm myself down in the middle of it, and you know, it sucked because I really wanted to be there for my friend. And I was, you know, but half of my mind was paying attention to the play. The other half was like, all right, how can I get out of here? What's my exit plan? What's, you know, like, how can I free myself from this feeling? But that's not the important part. The important part is what came afterwards. And that was a hug from my friend, obviously, and his mom sharing with me that she is overly happy that her son has a friend like me, and what I mean to her and her son and her family, and just the kind things she said, kind of like it hit me different. And I was like, man, like, why do people feel this way about me? Why do people say these nice things about me? Like, I'm not a good person. I'm not this, I'm not that. And today I have one of my buddies who pretty much was like, hey, like, you need to stop that. You need to stop downing yourself. You need to stop saying these mean and horrible things about yourself. And that's something I have been working on, but it is hard when you're in a dark headspace, when you sit there and you feel like you haven't accomplished anything, when you see others being successful, and when you feel like your only purpose in life has been taken away. And like I said, like, I felt like the only thing I was meant to do was to be a Marine. And so it's hard, you know, and it's hard having to go places and explain to people. My biggest thing is I hate for my friends to have to explain their other friend, me, to other people. Like, oh, hey, yeah, Brandon's coming, but Brandon's like this, so yeah. You know, like, I don't want to put anyone in that position. I don't want to put anyone in that atmosphere as to where they feel like they have to act a certain way around me. It's getting closer and closer to the time of year where I lost not only a lot of friends, but some family members. My little brother to suicide. So it's definitely a lot harder these days because that's all I'm really thinking about. And it hurts, you know, and I miss those people very deeply. And, you know, I often say to myself, you know, like, I wish it was me. I have no purpose here. I wish I could, you know, trade places with them because I felt like they deserved life. And it's not right to say, it's not something that I'm proud of saying or proud of feeling. It's just something that needs to be said. And you know, I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't say those things. And, you know, if I imagine putting my family in that situation, not only again, but like just my friends and things of that nature, like how would everything affect them? And it hurts, you know, it's really tough, but we have to find some type of reason to keep fighting. We have to find some type of reason to want to go on. And I feel like part of that is saving yourself, realizing that you need help. Sometimes you have to stick your hand out there so people can help you. I'm a very prideful person and I hate asking for help, but sometimes we have to. And that'll help you save yourself. You know, it's not okay to sit and let these things go on without saying anything. It's not okay to be silent about it. You need to voice it. If your friends are just like, oh man, get over it, you're kind of hanging around the wrong people, and you need to find somebody that will be like, hey, all right, let's get the ball rolling. Like, what do I need to do as a friend, as a family member? And what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do to better the situation, better your life? And don't forget to like set those boundaries. We can't keep, you know, being the candle, lighting the flame for everybody and giving them light while we're just sitting there burning away. We can't do that. We can't allow others to dictate what we do all the time. You know, set those boundaries, learn to save yourself, protect your peace. And if you have something going on, you know, like you have to say something. So although I'm in a dark space right now, I hope this video kind of helped and shed light on things. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep me in your thoughts, your prayers, whatever it is you believe. And if you don't like this video, shit, fuck it. It wasn't for you. It was for somebody else, and it was mainly for me. So have a good night.